My name is Melissa Grantham, and I will be doing a vocabulary lesson with 4 of the smartest scholars I've ever seen from 2nd grade. I have just read James Carville's book, Lou and the Swamp Ghost. Did y'all like it?
Yes, ma'am.
It was pretty good, wasn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
But y'all didn't think at the beginning it might be a ghost?
No.
Emma kind of did. Well, that's okay. Well, in this story, we talked about several things, and I want to teach y'all 3 words today. 3 new words. Do you like learning new words?
Yes, ma'am.
I do too. I love new words. And I especially love it when I get to use them. So, the first word I'm going to tell you is pronounced poverty. Can y'all say that word?
Poverty.
One more time.
Poverty.
That's very good. Poverty. It's right up there on the bulletin board too if you want to see how it's spelled. Poverty. All right. Now, in the story, Lou talked about being poor. How did maybe you know she was kind of poor? Kara?
Because she didn't have one friend.
That's right. She didn't have one friend. Where else? Where did they live?
They lived in the country.
Yeah, out in the country. And her parents didn't really go to jobs in the city or town. They kind of did things around on the farm. So they worked hard, but maybe they were poor in the sense they didn't have a lot of money. So also there was one other picture clue where she didn't have any what on?
Shoes.
That's right, she didn't have any shoes. So that kind of tells you she's definitely a country kid, and maybe they couldn't afford shoes. Sometimes kids maybe just have good shoes to go to church or school in the summertime, and after school they have to play barefooted, which you guys would love, wouldn't you? Me too. All right. So when they were talking about poverty in the story, poverty means to be what? Kara?
Poor.
Poor. That's right. Can you think of other words that might describe poverty? Another word? What pictures do you see in your mind when you say that, Emma?
Homeless.
Homeless, yes. Definitely think of that. Ava?
Not rich.
Not rich. That was yours too, yeah. You think yes, Kara?
They don't have any stuff.
They don't have any stuff. That's right. Yes.
Their clothes are probably shaggy and they don't have any irons, or their sinks, or they don't even have sinks, and it's kind of bad for them to live there.
Right. Yeah, when you see somebody that's really dirty or needs a shower or their clothes are all raggedy, you kind of know they're poor, that they live in poverty. Yes, Emma?
One time, me and my mom, there's this guy, and he lives in the shed, and we gave him lots of food, and we washed his clothes for him.
That's good. That's a good thing to do. I'm proud of you. All right. Now, let me tell you what the dictionary says about poverty. It says, which y'all touched on, having little or no money. Also, it didn't stop there. It also means maybe not having any goods, like food or clothes or shoes. And it also can mean you don't have any support, right? And that's kind of what Lou said, that she was poor because she didn't even have one good friend. So those are basic needs that we have to have in order to live. And if you don't have those, then yes, you live in poverty. Now, there was an example in another story that Ava and I read not too long ago about a lady pushing her shopping cart. Have you ever seen a lady pushing a shopping cart and maybe had a bunch of stuff in it when you're in Little Rock or somewhere? Yeah. Where you see the people holding signs that say we'll work for food. Well, not all the times, but sometimes, probably most of the times, those people live in poverty. They have to do without. Even at your school, can y'all think of some way that your school helps kids that maybe live in poverty, Ava?
I was going to say something.
Okay.
One time, when we were driving in the car, we saw some man, and he was homeless, and he was right in the city. because he was holding up some sign that said something, and I said, "Could we get? Do you think we should give him a ride?"
Yes, and that's exactly what you think of when you hear the word poverty, right? And Robert?
The school can give you food and stuff.
Yes, that's a great example. On Fridays, the kids get their backpacks full of food to go home for the weekend. Okay. They're our friends and we love them, and our churches in town all go together to give them, to make sure they have enough food to eat over the weekend. You girls will never have that problem, and have never had that problem. But some people, for whatever reason, they just don't have the money or the food or the shelter or the other needs that they have. When I went to Africa on my mission trip, I saw people that were very, very poor. And yes, Gary.
This time I was talking about how me and this church, they make quilts for people who don't have anything.
That's right. The quilter ladies at our churches, they get together and make quilts for all kinds of people that maybe are poor. Now, let's think about Christmas. Y'all's Christmas, do you think you're poor at Christmas? Nobody does, do they? Well, like I said earlier about going to Africa, when we went on a mission trip to Africa to help those people, they live in extreme poverty. Sometimes they don't even have clean water to drink. They have to drink dirty, yucky water. They don't have enough clothes. They don't have enough of anything. And we saved at our church. Do you remember what we saved, Ava, for them? All the McDonald's, what?